Into my career and most of my career, I was honestly more of a half-court player. I was pretty fast for my size, but my strength was my biggest edge. In the half-court, barbecue chicken alert. I had to put that work in, Ernie.
That about wraps it up for here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again later.
That's the 5th barbecue chicken alert.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to Denver. And they were still in that one right up to the end, guys, but lost by a couple of buckets.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end
of height. Then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here is Conley. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Just 5 on the clock. Conley kicks to Allen. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Allen's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
And here's Wiggins. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the right. A lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Here's Towns, and again it's Minnesota converting.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Gasol dishes to Randolph. No one near Conley as he lets it go. No good on the 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
KG, that's good. And here is Conley. He averages about 9 points a game. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. To the middle. The shot's good from Gasol. Gasol's got 9 points. 19 seconds left to play in the first. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Inside, here's Conley. Got a piece of it. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate and embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Now, here's Rubio. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was second in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Minnesota. Martin comes in for Tayshaun Prince. That one drops. He ties it up. And who's out there now for the Grizzlies? Lee's checked in for Green. And Tony Allen subbed in for Mr. Moves. And Garnett misses. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Gasol. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his net for Wiggins, Garnett. Gasol with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies trail by 5. The drive by Green. Kevin Martin with the rebound. Martin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Launches a 3. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got assist number 8 now on the tremendous 17-6 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Wiggins is out there with Payne. Then there's Towns. Then there's Martin. And it's Rubio in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. That's a 2 from Lee. Payne grabs the board.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
The Grizzlies shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And again, Memphis no good.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
The Grizzlies with another miss.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Payne.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
And you really can't help but notice all the points they've continued to get off turnovers.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Minnesota leading by 16. Outside, Martin. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Rubio outside. Wiggins outside. Shot on the wing. And Pekovic gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, it would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Minnesota.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3, it paid off for him in the end.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
A fantastic team it was for Kevin Martin.
A free throw good from Kevin Garnett.
And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Prince comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Zach LaVine's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Conley kicks to Gasol. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. And too bad, I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Miller outside. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Garnett. And KG, how was the motor ignited tonight for the team's offense?
Fueled by the defense. You know, in order for us to win, we have to play some solid defense. And I thought as we got turnovers, as we got stops, you know, we fueled that into offense.
KG, thanks for the time. Guys, he'll go down as one of the best defenders ever.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.